Hey everyone, let's just dive right into this explainer. Today we're unpacking an ancient text that, honestly, reads less like some abstract philosophy and way more like a modern biohacking manual. As a student mentor, I see so many of my peers just completely crushed by burnout, stress, and that awful sinking feeling of always falling behind. Well, what we're exploring today is a really direct, systematic approach to completely smash that stagnation, beat procrastination, and finally unlock your true potential using the objective science of internal energy.
It's kind of a staggering question to think about, isn't it? As the source text points out, we possess this absolutely incredible biological hardware, yet we're only utilizing about 7% of our mental capacity. 7%! So many of us are just struggling daily with procrastination, scattered energy, and just a general lack of direction. And because of that, we're leaving this massive reservoir of latent talent completely untapped. We literally have the machinery for genius, but we're running it on a fraction of its power just because no one taught us how to actually manage our internal energy. And the text draws a really sharp line here, contrasting two completely different types of people in the modern world. On one side, you've got the reactionary, what it calls the parasitic personality. This is the person who constantly blames fates or their circumstances or even the alignment of the planets for their problems. They're always looking for a scapegoat, right? But on the flip side, you have the proactive sadhak. This is a highly dedicated individual who scientifically engineers their own personal and professional growth. A sadhak doesn't just sit around waiting for success to happen. They actively cultivate the internal energy required to demand it.
So here's our structured syllabus for transforming yourself from a stressed student into a truly focused leader. 1. The science of vitality. 2. Ojas, Tejas, and Varchas. 3. The 4 restraints. 4. Mantras for cognitive shifts. 5. Techniques to boost vitality. And 6. Becoming a magnetic leader. Starting off with Section 1, the science of vitality. Biology meets consciousness. It's absolutely crucial to understand right out of the gate that we aren't just talking about abstract spirituality here. This is the objective science of internal energy, which the text calls prana. Just listen to these numbers. Your brain operates on the power equivalent of a tiny 10-watt light bulb, yet it holds 5 times the information of an entire encyclopedia. Your body contains 60,000 miles of blood vessels, and your heart is circulating 4,000 gallons of blood every single day. This vital electrical energy has been instinctively evolved by nature, and it's physically inside you right now. It's a very real, measurable force just waiting for you to consciously harness it for better cognitive performance. Moving right along to Section 2, Ojas, Tejas, and Varchas, the core framework of talent. Okay, so to actually channel all this massive physiological energy, the text breaks it down into a really helpful triad of specific energy centers. First up is Ojas. You can think of Ojas as your foundational physical stamina. It's your bodily vitality that literally allows you to endure. In a modern context, having Ojas is an absolute biological necessity if you want to pull through a grueling exam week or keep your energy up during a really long professional shift. Because let's face it, without physical Ojas, your mind simply cannot focus. Second in the triad is Tejas. Now, if Ojas is your physical battery, Tejas is your processor speed. It represents your intellectual intensity, your concentrated focus, and the active utilization of wisdom. When you cultivate Tejas, you're building neuroefficiency. It gives you that razor-sharp intellectual focus you need to just cut through distractions, entirely stop procrastinating, and truly master those complex subjects.
And finally, we have Varchas. Put simply, this is your grit. It's the deep, unshakable conviction, the faith, and the ability to dedicate yourself to high ideals. When the studying gets impossibly difficult, or when you face a huge setback in your career, Varchas is that underlying idealism that keeps you pushing forward anyway. It's the incredibly powerful why behind all of your physical and mental efforts.
Now into Section 3, the 4 daily restraints, stopping the energy leaks. Look, before we can even think about building up our internal energy, we absolutely have to stop the daily energy leaks. I mean, you can't fill a bucket that's full of holes, right? We plug these leaks by practicing strict self-discipline through 4 ancient methods that honestly map perfectly onto managing a chaotic modern schedule. First is samaya samyamana, which is time management, basically putting an end to the doom scrolling. Then there's indriya samyamana, or sense restraint, being mindful of what you consume. Third is vak samyamana, speech restraint, cutting out all that useless gossip. And finally, artha samyamana, resource restraint, getting your finances and resources in order. Mastering these 4 things effectively plugs the holes in your energy reservoir.
Up next is Section 4, Mantras for Cognitive Shifts, upgrading your mental software.
So, once you've successfully plugged those physical energy leaks, you've got to upgrade your psychological software. To do this, the text gives us specific meditative auto-suggestions. The first one is Soham, which translates to I am that. Using the Soham mantra completely shifts your daily consciousness. You go from feeling like this small, isolated student, totally overwhelmed by endless tasks, to recognizing your own limitless potential. It's a daily reminder that you are a direct incarnation of consciousness, fully capable of mastering whatever challenge sits in front of you.
Then we have Shiva Home. By affirming I am akin to Lord Shiva, which represents the ultimate auspiciousness, you're engaging in a daily practice to actively reject those parasitic traits we talked about earlier. Whenever procrastination or massive imposter syndrome starts creeping in, Shiva Home helps you see those feelings as completely foreign to your true, capable nature, meaning you can just discard them instantly.
The final 3 affirmations, Satchidanandohum, I am Atma Brahma, and Taplamasi, work together to completely reframe how you see yourself. They remind you that your fundamental, intrinsic nature is actually truth and bliss, not the constant anxiety of modern life. Repeating these mantras serves as this really powerful internal armor against stress and cynicism. They reinforce the idea that you inherit the attributes of the Supreme, giving you absolute, unshakable confidence to tackle your goals.
Moving to Section 5, Techniques to Boost Vitality, the Yoga Biohackers Toolkit.
Okay, this is where theory actually meets practice to directly regulate your biological energy flow. Consider this your ultimate Yoga Biohackers Toolkit. It maps exact physical practices to highly measurable improvements. For instance, Pranakarshana and Surya Bedana are specific breathing exercises, or pranayama, that regulate your internal energy flow and massively boost your daily cognitive focus. Then you have Kalk and Kashaya, which are Ayurvedic herbal decoctions that deeply nourish your physical systems to directly increase your physical stamina, your Ojas. And finally, practices like Nada Yoga, which involves meditating on sound and colors, calm the mind to directly sharpen your intellect, your Tejas. And finally, Section 6, Becoming a Magnetic Leader, going from a scattered student to a true visionary. So what happens to your life and your career when you actually combine this objective science with all this mental and physical biohacking? Well, it all culminates in this step-by-step implementation plan for your daily energy management. Step 1, acknowledge your talent and completely stop blaming fate. Step 2, plug those energy leaks with the 4 restraints. Step 3, upgrade your mindset every single day with the auto-suggestions. Step 4, optimize your biology using pranayama and herbs. And Step 5, dedicate all this newly intensified energy to a noble goal. You can literally follow this exact blueprint starting today to systematically overcome any stagnation in your life. And when you consistently execute this blueprint, a really profound shift occurs. Just as the text states, intensified talent acts like a magnet. You transition from being a distracted, totally energy-drained individual into a deeply magnetic, fiercely goal-oriented leader. By purposefully cultivating your Ojas, Tejas, and Varchas, you are going to naturally draw on the exact circumstances, the ideal environments, and the networks of people you need to accomplish your highest professional and personal goals. The source text leaves us with such a powerful reminder. The 21st century is practically a playground for talented, energetically optimized people. Divine inspiration and massive latent potential are always waiting right there inside you, both biologically and mentally. But ultimately, it is entirely up to your personal determination to accept that invitation, to awaken your talent, and to shape your own future. So I'll leave you with this thought. Knowing that you have this incredible hardware inside you, and you now have the exact blueprint to optimize it, what will you do with your latent energy today?